Welcome back to our second part of our Ronin series, and this video is the real deal because today we're taking a look at the games of the Ronin blockchain. So welcome to On-Chain Journal. Just a quick recap, the Ronin blockchain is a gaming-focused Ethereum sidechain with fast and cheap transactions. Now, for those of you who are still new to the crypto space, that might also raise the question, what makes Web3 gaming different from traditional games? We'll go a bit deeper into Web3 versus Web2 gaming in a different video that we will link down below. But in short, imagine you're in a hack and slay game like Diablo, for instance. You're exploring a dungeon, hacking away those monsters and bosses, when one of those creatures drops some loot. A rare sword gleaming with ethereal light. Well, in traditional gaming, this sword would be confined to the Diablo universe. However, in Web3, this sword is not just a digital asset. It's a NFT, a non-fungible token. Think of NFTs as unique digital items you can buy, own, or sell online, like owning an original painting, but in the digital world. Going back to the example, the sword you picked up, that would be absolutely yours. You could trade it on digital marketplaces, showcase it in your digital collection, or even wield it in another game. Imagine you can use that sword with a paladin in World of Warcraft, for example. How crazy is that? Well, that's the magic of Web3 gaming, and this is also where Ronin shines. Ronin and Sky Mavis have a very well curated approach when it comes down to the growth of their blockchain. They're not open to any game studio or application developers who want to build on Ronin, just yet at least. Instead, they're picking the game studios very carefully. But why is Ronin so selective? Isn't it better to go by the more the merrier approach? Well, no, and there are multiple reasons for that. Number one, quality focus. Ronin prioritizes quality by carefully evaluating and selecting games for its ecosystem. Instead of overwhelming the platform with numerous titles, Ronin ensures each game meets high standards, enhancing the overall user experience with engaging, well-crafted games. Number two, raising user expectations. Ronin's selective approach sets a high bar and it leads users to expect top-quality games. Overall, this expectation benefits current games and encourages developers to continually improve their offerings to meet these high standards. Number three, minimizing clutter. As mentioned, the amount of games in the Web3 space can make it really hard for users to find quality titles. Ronin addresses this by offering a curated selection of games that match users' interests, reducing the noise and improving discoverability. On number four, enhancing reputation. Ronin's focus on quality builds its reputation as a trusted platform in the Web3 gaming community, and with its community, attracting developers and users who value exceptional gaming experiences. So what are those games people love? Well, it's time to take a deeper look. On number one, the Axie Infinity universe, the powerhouse game of Sky Mavis and the whole reason that Ronin and Sky Mavis exist in the first place. Axie Infinity had quite the explosion in price and popularity during the 21 bull run due to the unique game mechanics, art style, vibrant community and digital economy. In the game, you collect, breed, battle creatures called Axies and you fight against other players. These Axies are also NFTs that can be traded on the Mavis market. Each Axie has different body parts with different levels of abilities, resulting in a countless amount of Axies that can be used for your battles. Through breeding, you can then further evolve the abilities and stats, or you can combine the two Axies through breeding to create a new Axie with the inherited abilities of its parents. Through playing, you can earn the in-game currencies Slow Love Potion or Axie Shards, which can be used for in-game purchases and activities, but you can also simply sell it for real money. Today, Axie has become a real brand with a whole universe that consists of numerous games. Axie Infinity Classic, Axie Infinity Origins, Axie Infinity Homeland, Axie Champions, Defenders of Lunation Land, and their newest edition, Axie Duet Monsters, all accessible through the Mavis Hub. Number two, Wild Forest. Brought to us by Zillion Whales, the studio behind Mushroom Wars created a new real-time strategy game, Wild Forest. Imagine Warcraft 3 having a baby with Clash Royale. That's kind of what this game is. Your goal is to build an army of units of different types, strengths, and abilities to destroy the base of your opponent as fast as possible. Wild Forest has a great onboarding process and short matches, so the learning curve is fast and appeals through a natural progression system with a leaderboard, quests, and battle pass rewards. They recently announced funding partners in the likes of Animoca Brands, OKX Ventures, the Spartan Group, and Kahuna, making the message loud and clear that we are here to stay. The game is available for Android and iOS and soon coming to desktop. It is currently in beta with the official launch of the game approaching very soon. So brace yourself for the release of the official gaming token WF. Season 1 of the Play to Airdrop, by the way, just wrapped up, where the top 4,000 players and additional lucky ones were eligible for rewards. Number 3, Apeiron. So Apeiron caught attention when Funimagus, the studio behind the game, decided against Polygon and for Ronin, especially because they wanted to join forces with Sky Mavis and utilize their understanding of the gaming blockchain ecosystem and development. Apeiron combines popular genres like classic god games, trading card games, and battle arenas. You build a winning team of apostles captained by your so-called avatar. And these avatars come from Planet NFTs, and they have unique characteristics and skills. There are a few Planet NFTs that come straight out of the box and are for free, but you can also purchase them on the Mavis market, where the current floor price sits at 75 RON, which kind of equals to $200 by the time of the recording. Overall, the goal of the game is to customize the skills of your avatar and apostles to have the most impact on the battlefield to beat your opponent avatar. On this battlefield, you fight in a best of 3 where both players control their avatars, use cards to play out their skills, and take out enemies until one avatar is defeated. Also, this game is currently in open beta and can be downloaded through the Mavis Hub. On number 4, we have to of course mention Pixels, and you cannot really say Ronin without saying Pixels currently. It is the newest flagship game on the Ronin blockchain, and its journey started in 2021, but really caught everyone's attention when the Pixels team decided to move from Polygon to Ronin. According to Luke Barwickowski, the CEO of Pixels, the move made sense due to 2 factors. One, the already onboarded users into Web3 gaming, and secondly, how aligned Pixels' values and approach were with Sky Mavis. And I feel like you've heard this one before, right? Well, Pixels is an online farming game that you can play through your web browser, and Pixels lets you take on tasks like growing, tending crops, decorating land crops, talking to villagers, completing quests, and more. And it's social. You'll often see dozens, if not hundreds, of other little pixelated avatars and characters roaming through the game world. And see, Pixels is in a way the community hub of Ronin, where people can show off their different NFTs as character skins, etc. By the time of this recording, Pixels has close to 1 million daily active addresses and keeps attracting more users with its play to earn model and the airdrops around the Pixel token. The whole chain has around 1.5 daily active addresses, so Pixels is around 66% of Ronin's active addresses. Absolutely insane. And don't forget, that makes Ronin the second most used blockchain right after Tron. For Pixels, Chapter 2 is coming soon, and you can expect a multitude of features to come your way, from new guild features to anti-bot initiatives to task board upgrades and other new spending opportunities. I think we can all be excited to see what is to come next. And of course, there are more games and honorable mentions in the Ronin ecosystem that we want to touch upon. The Machines Arena, a top-down hero shooter currently in open beta. K-Drew, a multiplayer action RPG based on the hit anime K-Drew, which already comes with a huge fan base. Ragnarok, a combination of tower defense and monster collecting based on the billion-dollar IP Ragnarok. And lastly, Cyberkongs, an adventure game from one of the strongest Web3 IPs, the Cyberkongs. Now, let's wrap things up. If we zoom out a bit, we can see that all games have things in common. They all have that Sky Mavis handwriting, which is key to the success of Ronin. But what is this handwriting? For one, digital economies. No matter if we are talking of pixels, slow love potions, Axie shards, bananas, or Apeiron token, all of the games have their own in-game currency that can be used for in-game purchases or can be traded for real money or other cryptocurrencies. Secondly, NFTs. They use smartly crafted and unique NFTs that people collect, trade, hoard, and even fight for. NFTs that can be used in multiple games. So you have a K-Drew NFT, for example, well, show it off in pixels. Thirdly, play to earn. They often offer interesting airdrop opportunities and continue to incentivize players even after launch and the initial drop. We've seen that in the past with the Pixels release or ongoing opportunities like right now with Apeiron and Wild Forest, for example. Fourthly, early access and short feedback cycles. Ronin games often release very early, involve the community through AMAs and gather feedback to improve their product, which is also another point that is very different from traditional gaming, where games often hide until their full release. But despite the community, the stickiness of the games and the hype, of course not everything is perfect. For one, like on many platforms, bots are a problem, and especially in Pixels right now. Nobody really knows how many bots are out there right now, but one thing we do know is that the Pixels team is taking the problem incredibly seriously and being creative in their solutions. They're using machine learning, for instance, or different verification types, etc. And with that said, we got to remember that this is not just a Pixels problem. Think of Twitter and Reddit. They also face these issues since years and years. On top of that, the digital economy is still trying to find its balance. That goes for earning in-game currencies as well as the qualification for airdrops, where both can lead to a high level of grindiness and frustration at times, just like in the recent airdrop for Wild Forest or with the ongoing tweaking of incentivization in Pixels, for example. And let's not forget that there is a business behind all of this, and striking a balance between business economics and the incentives for the players just continues to be work in progress. Alright, but with all of that said, I think we can be confident that the teams behind the games, together with the support of Sky Mavis, will continue to provide value to the community and their players. There will be more exciting brands, there will be more exciting games that will reveal themselves on Ronin itself, and I think we can all be excited for that. That's it for today's games episode and part 2 of our series. So let us know in the comments down below what you think about the current state of games in Ronin. What are you looking forward to? And if you haven't checked it out yet, check out our first video where we talk about the team. You can find the link up here in the corner. And in the next episode, we will take a look beyond the games and dive deeper into the rest of the Ronin ecosystem. Also, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to hear us talk more about Ronin and other crypto topics and projects. You know, we're still new, we want to stick around, and your support would really mean a lot to us and it would just help us grow. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time,